Hey, what's going on, guys? This is Krosama here at last with another Gundam review. But this time, we're doing Gundam Universe. No skits, no funny business. Look, I'm just going to go into this, and I am going to give it a fair shake. Because maybe, after what, 34 of these so far, and plus more, I think maybe it's like 35, 36 right now. It has to be good, right? It has to be at a level of quality that makes me want to buy more. I'm praying. So, look, first things first, let's take a look at the box. Now, one thing I've always given like a lot of good credit for with the Gundam Universe line is that the artwork on the front is gorgeous. I would love to have a blown up poster of just this artwork of the red frame. Red frame is one of my favorite Gundams in the C universe. I think it looks amazing, and this is some good illustration. So yeah, absolutely love it, and yeah, good props for them. Now for the back of the box, you're just really going to get a couple of dynamic poses and just showcasing the articulation for some of the joints, so like the elbow and knee right there. It's fine. It's not really showing me too much. Hopefully the elbow and knees do bend. That's at bare minimum of what I'm asking for right now. And of course, you're going to have the Barbatos Lupus, and you're going to have the Strike Freedom Gundam. So I actually did not get the Strike Freedom, but I did get the Lupus, so stay tuned for that one. Now, price-wise, after tax, I got it for 3,300 yen. So I think it's, what, like $26, $25, something like that. So pretty much the same price that you could be getting over in North America. Now, if you're wondering what it looks like in the packaging, here's all you're going to be getting. You're going to be getting the Gebera Straight, I think it is. I don't know if it's the Gebera Straight or not, but you are going to be getting the backpack and a couple of hands and a little stand, so we can do some dynamic poses. And I was right, you are getting the Gebera Straight, and you get the sheath as well, obviously. Alright, so just talking about the details and just the overall proportions. First, honestly, I think it looks pretty good. We're going to just start with the head first, and you know what? It's not bad. It's a little wonky at first when you're just kind of like looking at it, but honestly, it's fine for what it is. I mean, you know what you're buying when you get into the Gundam Universe line, so I'm not really going to nitpick it too much. It's just kind of like, yeah, it kind of has its own aesthetic at this point. The chest, I think, comes out a little bit too far for my liking. It looks a little too boxy. So yeah, that's pretty much going to be a hit on that. Backpack is going to be okay. Now the bottom piece right here does not connect to anything, so it kind of sucks, but you know, it is what it is. And before you ask, no, these beam sabers cannot come out. I've tried pulling on them, and yeah, they do not come out, but it doesn't come with beam saber effect parts anyways, so yeah, this is aesthetics only. Now for the arms, once again, you're missing a lot of color just here on like some of the armor bits. Yeah, there's no decals or anything. You could easily just apply a decal, it's no problem. But yeah, it's like I kind of wish they had like a sticker or something at least. It's so much white. It really would look good if you had the pilot's name or something up here. You know, just one of the traditional like Astray decals that you normally get in like the Master Grade set. Yeah, the arms, I mean, fine. Proportion wise at least, but color application, yeah, you're just missing a lot more color. Waist is probably the most accurate thing. Can't remember any color that could be missing except for like here in these armor bits, but I'm not sure if that was red or like gray or something, but I think for the most part the waist is okay. Now for the legs, yeah, they're fine. I don't mind the chunky legs for the Astrays because I really love the high resolution model red frame Astray. One of my favorite red frames, to be honest, because it had like really chunky legs. So yeah, the fact that this one has those chunky legs too, I give it a little bit of a bonus point because I think it looks pretty fine. Alright, now for the articulation. We all know it's going to be kind of like limited in many areas. This is just going to be a ball joint, so it sucks, but you know what? It does the job. It can look up and it can look down, or look straight. Now for the shoulder pad itself is going to be on its own, kind of like a little ball joint right here, so that's actually pretty neat that it's not like connected directly to the arm or shoulder, so it's kind of like its own free thing. And then over here in the arm, I don't know, you're not getting too much craziness when it comes to articulation, so Up and down, that's kind of it, and a little bit of front and back because of I think it's a ball joint inside here. If not, it's a little hinge. No, it's a ball joint. 100%. It is a ball joint right in there. And you're gonna get a elbow bend that's not really far. You get 90 degrees. That's about it. Hand is gonna be on a ball joint. Waist is gonna be a little swivel right here, and yeah, basically just can move around. I think it's like a little ball joint on inside there, but yeah, it's just super limited. Side skirt's gonna be on like a little peg, so you can rotate it if you want, but yeah, that's really just gonna be affecting the sheath. Now for the legs, you can obviously move up and down with the legs, so you can give it a little bit of extra length right here at the hip. That's pretty neat. But yeah, it can go up, can go back, and basically can do the splits, so that's a decent range of articulation. And then the knee, you're not getting too much when it comes to that knee, so unfortunate, but yeah, it is what it is. And then the foot itself and the ankle can go back and forth, and it's going to be on a little ball joint, so it can go all around, but yeah, decent enough. But the ankle, man, I wish I had a little bit more of a bend without popping it out. Now for hands, you are going to be getting a fist for both hands, and then you get these accessory holding hands for each arm. One's going to have more of a trigger for the right hand, but it doesn't come with a gun, so that's kind of interesting. But you are going to get one for the sword on the left. Now for the Gebera straight, unfortunately, you're going to get it fused with the sheath. As to why they couldn't just make it to where it can come out manually, I don't know. I was trying to figure this out, and I don't have any conclusion. Why not just make the sheath, hollow it out, and then allow the sword to go in? But no, you're going to get the sheath, and it's going to be fused with the sword hilt. And then you get the sword. So if you want to display it with the sword, you obviously cannot have it with the sheath, unless you're kind of like going to pretend that one is going to be the tiger. Like I forgot the other name of the sword. But if you're gonna have like the Gebera straight in one, and you're gonna pretend that this is the other sword, so like, oh, it actually does have two. If not, then yeah, you might as well just take this off and just have it only with the sword. But the sword looks okay. I mean, at least they put in a lot of effort to get like a lot of good color separation. They should still been red inside here in the hilt. But look, I'm not gonna be nitpicky. You got some red right here for the sheath. Pretty neat. Gold down there. Obviously still missing a lot of color, but hey, it's fine for what it is. Alright, and here it is with the sword. Look, I'm trying to give it a fair shake, and like the more I kept playing with it, I started getting angry. I'm like, I spent 3,000 yen on this. I was like, I don't want it. I don't want it in the collection. And I'm trying to put my mind right now in a person who has never built a model kit before, and they thought this looked cool, and they probably don't know the origin of it. They probably never saw Eder Schneider, the OVA, and probably never read the manga, probably never played within the games. They're like, look, this is a samurai looking mobile suit. So they might get it. Hopefully they're probably already getting like the My Hero Academia action figures and their Naruto's and Dragon Ball Z figurines that are like super low quality. Just kind of like on the shelf at GameStop, and they grab this and it's like, cool, it's on the shelf. That's fine. Those guys, they're probably happy, and I think that's probably what these are made for, is like, you put it on a GameStop shelf, it's a quick snatch. I mean, it's hard to sell this as a model kit to a lot of like people that aren't model builders, because they're like, oh, I gotta put this together? Oh no, I gotta put 50 more hours into Fortnite. Yeah, you're not gonna be selling model kits to those kind of dudes. You know, they're trying to grind, you know, XP or whatever in games they're trying to play. So this is something that you can just put on the shelf, man. You just throw it right there, and it looks decent. It's okay. It's not horrible. It's just, to me, it's not my thing. That's fine. We all have our little quirks and our little interests. So I'll go ahead and put in another pose, and I'll go ahead and rant for a little bit. So after I put it into this pose, honestly, I kind of realized that the hand right here is probably just for this, grabbing the hilt of the sword and doing like this nice little charge attack. So it's fine. It's kind of like the best I can do in a couple minutes, to be honest. The boxy box of a body does not do it any favors whatsoever. It's kind of yeah, it kind of limits all the articulation that it possibly could have. The other hand, I wish it came with like a left open hand. Just that way it kind of can emulate that it's grabbing the sheath. But because of this hand, you know, it's like it doesn't really grab onto it. It's too thick of a sheath. So, yeah, it is what it is. Honestly, like, it's fine if it's gonna be tucked away in your like collection. Not direct line out of like eyesight. If I come into your collection room, I'm like, oh, this is a nice collection, and I saw that, I'm just laughing. I'm like, why? And this isn't collection shaming. I'm not collection shaming anyone, but do better. Straight, you know, first and foremost, do better. I still recommend the RG, recommend the MG, recommend the high resolution model. High resolution model is probably a little too expensive at this point, but the HG, I mean, you can get it for really cheap, like probably like $12 to $15, I believe. So yeah, it's not too expensive. Go ahead and grab that one, honestly, and it's gonna look so much better if you put on a little tiny work. I know it has like a bunch of stickers, but just do some painting, man. It's gonna look pretty decent. Much better than this, to be honest. Alright guys, so this is the end of the video. Look, I'm not going to dwell too long on this. This is a Gundam Universe figure. You already knew what to expect, not only from this video, but what to expect of this particular figure and this line of figures when you saw the thumbnail. It's as simple as that, guys. So, all I can say, I will probably almost never say this is a cop it. Get it if you need to. If you're going to get this figure, you likely do not watch Gundam reviews online. That is just a wild, like, I don't know, accusation to people. But I honestly figure the demographic for these, you know, these toys are not people who are actively looking at reviews for Gunpla and Gundam models and all that stuff, or even Gundam figures. I think it's people who wander into I was going to say Toys R Us, but there's not really too many of those in North America. But people who wander into GameStop and maybe they're like, oh man, I like Gundam. Gundam Wing is my favorite Gundam. And they pick this up. So, look, no harm, no foul. Get it if you like it. If you don't, hey, go ahead and get yourself a little nice model. You deserve it. But look, that's all I got. That's all I got. You know, I just want to go ahead and give y'all a little video. So thank you all for watching and supporting. Even though I kind of go ghost every once in a while, I'm getting things ready. You know, the room's still in a state, I should say. So I will be getting this place up and running. Gonna start pumping out videos again. I'm gonna slow down a little bit with the Beyblade, so that way I can give y'all some good content on the regular. But that's it for me, guys. Thank you all for watching. If you have not liked or subscribed, go ahead and just drop a like. Subscribe if you want more Gundam content. And I'll be seeing you in the next video. Bye-bye.